Hi, Doug Farley at the Cobblestone Museum. Welcome to another episode of Exploring the Cobblestone Museum. Today we're going to talk about something pretty interesting that I think maybe the modern homemaker doesn't have much information on, and that's carpet stretchers. In this day and age with modern carpentry wall to wall in our house, we don't think about having to stretch carpets. But that was a common occurrence in the Victorian era and later, before the invention of more modern types of carpets and wall-to-wall carpeting that's tacked to the walls. So here we go. We're going to, with me today is Bill Lattin. We're going to, first of all, we're in the resource center this morning, where it's nice and cozy warm, and then we're going to take a walk over to the Bag House and the Ward House. We have 3 examples of carpet stretchers in the Ward House and 1 example in the Bag House, so we'll take a little field trip after we introduce the topic. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Bill Lattin, who will give you some more information about the subject in general.
The type of carpeting that was commonly used in the late 19th century, early 20th century was known as ingrain carpeting. We have an example here at the Cobblestone Museum, a fragment of ingrain carpeting. It came in strips, and then the strips were sewn together and were commonly tacked around the edge of the room. So in essence, they had wall-to-wall carpeting. This is a good example of ingrain carpet. We see the different weave on the other side. Certainly bespeaks of the industrialization of the 19th century carpet mills. This was one type of carpet that was commonly tacked down. There was also, this is ingrain carpeting. There was also Brussels carpeting, which was also manufactured in strips and sewn together, which would have likewise been tacked down. Now you see this has some flexibility to it. So in order to not have it trip you up, it kind of had to be stretched up to the baseboard and then tacked. And it was a 2-person installation affair to do this. One person to use the carpet stretcher, and the other person to be on their hands and knees with a tack hammer and carpet tacks to tack it down around the edge of the room. We do have an example of a locally manufactured carpet stretcher. It was known as the Victor. This is the advertising that appears on a portion of the carpet stretcher, and then these variegated teeth on the side that would fit onto the carpet for stretching. We'll see a better example of this over at the Ward House, but in the 1905 souvenir booklet of the village of Albion, there is a picture of the Mallory Manufacturing Works, and this is where the carpet stretchers were made. They were sold by the thousands because so many people were in need of taking up the carpet at least once a year, putting it on the clothesline, and then beating it with a carpet stretcher. So carpet stretchers were commonly used at least on a yearly basis. Now we also have a picture of the building that as it looks today. This is at the corner of West Avenue and West Academy Street in the village of Albion. This is the Victor carpet stretcher complete. Usually we find just the rectangular part, and people wonder how it could be used because normally the handle is missing. But this one is complete. You see it has a spike on the end of this wooden handle, and you would jam that into the floor, maybe at the edge of the baseboard, and then put your foot or knee on the flat part of the Victor carpet stretcher and pull. Here, let me sort of demonstrate on the cupboard here. It would go in next to the baseboard, and then as you pull the handle towards the wall, it would pull the carpet up to where you wanted it, so that the person assisting you could tack it down. This handle has obviously been used a lot. It was repaired with wire around the edge. Of course, as I mentioned previously, the carpets were taken up yearly, taken out on the clothesline, and then beaten with a carpet beater. This very nice bent wood one has been on display here at the Ward House for many years. So once you got the carpet on the line, you could whack the carpet with a carpet beater to knock the dust out of it. The floor would have been swept in the house, and we know in some cases, maybe certainly farm families might have put down a thin layer of straw on the floor before the carpet went back down to be stretched and tacked. But like so many things in the 19th century, the Victorians were great on inventions. So we have other kinds of carpet stretchers. This one has a screen like a lot of little teeth on it to prick into the carpet, and then some person would be on the long end of the handle of this and be pushing the carpet up next to the wall so that the person assisting you could tack. This is a rather contrived example of a carpet stretcher. The two prongs here would have gone up next to the baseboard, and then this ratcheted to pull the carpet as the teeth were pricked into the carpet. This is a more contrived carpet stretcher. I purchased this at an antique mall a few weeks back, and it works. So let me demonstrate here what happens. Doug will get down close to the floor here. Place the carpet stretcher on the carpet. The handle shoves in next to the wall. Put your foot on it, and it should move the carpet, as we see here. Get that carpet up next to the baseboard or wherever you want it. Hold it in position, and then the other person tacks.
Good job, Bill.
We also have on display here at the Bag House a little more modern carpet beater. This one with a green handle, which would suggest this is maybe as late as the 1920s or maybe early 30s, a wire one. So once you got the carpet out on the clothesline, why, then you beat it to beat the dust out. Probably primarily were in use before vacuum cleaners.
How we doing, Bill? Does that wrap up our collection discussion today?
That does it for carpet stretchers in the Cobblestone Museum's collection.
Everything you ever wanted to know about carpet stretchers right here at the Cobblestone Museum. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of entertainment for yourselves today on this cold February Groundhog's Day. Thank you for visiting us here at the Cobblestone Museum, and be sure to take a look at, I was just reviewing some of them with Bill Lattin, some of the other video entries that we have on our website cobblestonemuseum.org. So have a great day, everybody.
I might mention one other thing. We find that in this area, really fine mansions built by rich people often were built with soft wood floors rather than nice hardwood or parquet, because they intended to carpet the floors, and it was easier to tack into softwood, which was, the floor was going to be covered anyway. So really fine mansion might have beautiful woodwork and just a pine floor for taking the installation of a carpet.
Good food for thought, Bill. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you again.